Printing with Mirage. I use Mirage as an additional tool for printing, and this is so perfect. I couldn't recommend it enough to you, and I will now show how I'm printing all of my images. So here I'm inside Lightroom, and this is the image I want to print. So it's ready to work with, everything is done, and now I can go in and export this image, and I will export it with this preset I've done before. That's my Mirage desktop preset. In general, it's just a folder, print Mirage, and I will export the file as a TIFF file with 16-bit per channel, zip, Adobe RGB, and don't resize it. I also wouldn't recommend to sharpen it right now, because you can sharpen it after the fact inside Mirage. And now I will export this file with 16-bit per channel TIFF. So that's a really big and great file. I have it over here, print Mirage. And now I just have to open Mirage. So as mentioned before, Mirage is an additional tool by DinAX, and I can use this incomplete or together with my printer. And I will load this image here inside Mirage. And now you see here is my printer, my Epson SCP-900, print to. Then I have to choose the paper. And for this I have chosen Epson Photo Paper Glossy, as far as I can remember. There you just have to see what's on the paper box. And as far as I see from here, that's okay. And then you can say which resolution you want to print on. Maximum quality in this case, black enhance overcoat or gloss smoothing, or both of them. I printed just with black enhance overcoat. And now you come to the basic configuration. And here inside the basic configuration, I printed lastly on the roll, but now I want to have the cut sheet rear paper feeder. And for this I will choose the paper I've loaded into the printer. So that's an A4 paper. You see here the paper size, and you have the option to choose if you want to print borderless or with borders. So in this case I want to print with normal border, so that's okay. And now I can say how big the image should be, because right now it's really just a small fraction of the image. But when I go to fill page, then you see that the image is right now filled onto the page. Here I want to add some borders, so I go with 1 centimeter around, and then I can go down to the position, and I don't want to have it on the right, I want it to center on the page. And now Mirage will center the print exactly on the page, and will also take in consideration the printable area. So center on printable area is something else than center on, or could be something else if you have uneven printing areas, but I say center on page. If I want to cut this image on its final size, I can add inward corner crop marks, and then I have crop marks over here. But for this image I don't need inward corner crop marks. This is totally fine like it is. So as before, because I have resized this image quite a bit, just remember we had an A4 and we don't need too much resolution on A4, and so it had to be resized a little bit. Then we have the option to mark this image and go over here to photo, and there is the sharpening part. And with the sharpening you can sharpen the image. For this you can go to the pixel exact preview, like so. Go to some region where you see it. Just double check that the image is still active. So if you don't have an active image, you can't sharpen. So just press on this image like so. And now I can go in and dial in the radius. And in the second part, I can go in and adjust the sharpening amount. And there you see, when I go really big with the sharpening amount, I will over sharpen the image. But if I go down a little bit more and maybe add a bigger radius, I can bring in the sharpening of the image that I want to have. So that's looking fine like it is. And now I can go back to the print preview, and I see the print preview. I have also the option to add the loop, and now I can go through the image with the loop and just see if the sharpening is okay. Yeah, that's okay. And now I can press on the print button and the image gets sent over to the printer and gets printed exactly how I've seen it here inside Mirage. And that's the really nice part. I had no print issues regarding my faults. So if I dialed in some wrong paper profiles or so, then for sure you have print problems or failures. But if you dial in everything correctly, you see exactly what you get here inside Mirage, and then the image gets printed exactly how you have chosen that it should be on the paper, that it's how you have sharpened it, and anything else. So I can just say use Mirage if you have the compatible printer for this, and you never will have any failed prints or whatsoever.